Liberty Trollers. We are back in DeLand. We're back, baby. I was trespassed from here about, I don't know, close to a week ago, give or take. I'm gonna wait just a sec for some of y'all to start coming into the chat. So we have a little bit of an audience here. And when you come in, type a 1, let me know if you can hear me all right. And happy Wednesday. Hey, what's going on, Jenny? Can you hear me okay? This is a public service. Good to see you in here, buddy. Can you guys hear me okay? What's up, Joseph Long, Sonia, Jenny, Michaela, Moonman, Brandon Mitchell, Surfing Suit. What's up, guys? All right, so I'm going to be going in the police department lobby here in Delusional, DeLand, who trespassed me the last time I was here, which was give or take about a week ago. Will they arrest me for submitting my trespass appeal paperwork? It says that this letter is to serve as a notice that I demand an appeal of a trespass warning issued on December 9th, 2025. That's when I was thrown out of the police lobby like a criminal by armed agents of the DeLand Police Department. And then I put on here emails, my preferred mode of communication, thanks, and then my name. And it's got my information on here and stuff like it's required. So I'm going to turn this in. It does say, hold on a second. So some of you may be asking yourselves, why am I here if I was officially trespassed the last time and thrown out of here? I was almost arrested last time, remember? If you saw that video where I went live and then I posted the video a couple days later, and because I know a lot of you don't watch lives, or a lot of my base or a lot of my subscribers don't watch lives or they miss them somehow. So I made a video out of it a couple of days later. So if you haven't seen the live, perhaps you've seen that video. So this unconstitutional ordinance number 2024-36, if you go to the second page, this is going to answer the question of why am I here if I was indeed officially trespassed the last time I was here on the 9th. It says on page 2, it says, appeal of trespass warning. A person to whom a trespass warning is issued under this section shall have the right to appeal as follows. And then subsection 2, it says the appeal shall be filed with the DeLand Police Department, and then it provides the address here, during normal business hours. Well, we're here within hours of operation. And it says, in the event that the trespass warning issued prevents the recipient from entering the DeLand Police Department, for the sole purpose of filing the appeal shall not constitute a violation of such trespass warning. I printed this out just in case, but it clearly states on here that as long as I'm here to submit this paperwork for my trespass appeal to get the hearing set up as soon as possible, it says if I do that for this very sole purpose, I can come back here even though I'm trespassed. So will these knuckle draggers know that? Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So Foshin, please don't text me. I'm live streaming. Just put it in the chat. All right, so I'm going to head on in here and I'm going to set up my camera on the outside of the building. Now, I know, I've got a right to go in there and record. but you see they don't give a hoot about our rights. It only says that we can't record in the police department lobby in the DeLand Police Department. So what I'm going to do, actually, first let me tell you what I initially thought I was going to do. I thought what I was going to do actually was set up my camera in the foyer, because you know when you walk in through the doors, you have the unconstitutional decal that says there is no recording, video, audio inside of the police lobby. So I was going to set it up in the foyer, but these guys don't strike me as the sharpest tools in the shed. They might mistake the foyer as a lobby, despite what I say. So I'm actually going to keep this camera outside, pointing towards the lobby, but it's going to be set up on the outside. I'm not even going to have my mic on inside. I'm not going to have a mic because there's no audio recording in there either. Now, all I'm doing is I'm dropping off. I'm submitting my trespass appeal to get a trespass appeal hearing, like you guys saw me go through in Pasco County and Wrongwood, excuse me, and then now DeLand. So this is just to exhaust all measures instead of going straight for suing them for civil rights violations under color of law, for suppressing our press liberties. I'm going to be setting this up outside again, and the reason is because I have every reason to believe they would arrest me if they catch me audio or video recording, no questions asked, if they can confirm that. But I'm not going to do that this time. This time I'm going to be setting everything up on the outside, and this is really more or less for my safety. So are they going to arrest me for coming back after being trespassed, even though it says right here in the ordinance that to do what I'm doing for this very purpose, this sole purpose, I can come back even though I'm trespassed and submit this paperwork to the police department, providing the address where I'm walking into right now as we speak. So here we go. We're approaching. Let me turn the camera around this way. We're approaching the DeLand Police Department, where a lot of you saw me get thrown out of recently, like a week ago, by Sergeant Santos, Captain Dice, and Lieutenant, I can't remember his name, started with an M, M as in Mary, it was like Marion or something. So a lieutenant, a captain, what's up? I'm not sure what that guy said. Maybe he's a supporter, I don't know. Anyway, so we had a lieutenant, a captain, and a sergeant unlawfully chased me out of here last time under threat of arrest. And then I had a conversation with Santos right out here, a lot of you saw, where he was trying to justify his actions because he's just following orders. I'm just following orders, massa. He didn't care about the law, even though he says he did. So, but anyway, here we go. Again, I'm setting up my camera on the outside of these doors. I was gonna go in the first set of doors here into the foyer, because there's a second set that goes into the lobby. So I'll just set this over here to the side. Let me see, over here might be better. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me or not, but let's see, get this all set up. All right, so I'll put this right here where it's out of the way. Zoom in. Yeah, there's no way you guys are gonna be able to see me. No way. It is reflective glass, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna put this right here. Be nice if I had somebody out here to hold the camera. Be nice. All right, so I'm gonna go inside now. And in case you're wondering, this is the ordinance right here I was referring to. And if you go to the second page, right down here, number 2, it says that I can come here for the sole purpose of filing my appeal, even though I'm trespassed. So there you go. We got Joey in the house. Thank you for being here, Foshin. And I think Inland Oddity Media is in here. Did I see him in here? Maybe perhaps James Madison Audits is in there. Sorry, you guys can't see anything. I'm going to keep the camera out here. So I'm going to go inside and turn in this letter. And hopefully they don't do anything stupid or make any big mistakes. Baby, I'm back. All right, just so you guys can get a good look here at the decal we didn't ask for. It says video and audio recording in the police department lobby is prohibited, except for sovereign citizens, namely the law enforcement personnel here in their law enforcement capacity. So they can, but you and I cannot, or they'll throw you out on your ass. Let me get over here to the sidewalk real quick. All right. Let me put this down for a second. All right, so we're leaving the DeLand Police Department again. I'm sure Foshin with This Is a Public Service and others kind of filled you in on the details if you came into this live a little bit late. Basically, I came here to drop off my trespass appeal paperwork to go through that process so I can get a trespass appeal hearing scheduled and go through the motions so that way I can exhaust all the measures that I can prior to suing this place in federal court for civil rights violations. They are violating my rights. They're violating your rights. They're violating all of our rights. If any one of you were to come here and record inside of this police department lobby, they would throw you out on your ass, just like they did to me, just like they did to a couple of other auditors in recent past. I have no hope. I have no doubt that these knuckle draggers here would arrest me if I walked in there recording my business, even though it is legitimate business. The first time I was here, it was legitimate business. They still interrupted my First Amendment protected activity and completing my lawful business. I actually had to also confirm in there the status of my public records request that I submitted on camera and received a receipt on the 9th, the last time I was here, right before I was thrown out. And I had Santos go back as like the middle person to give the police department here my email address, since I had forgotten to do that prior to leaving. And part of the reason was because I was thrown out before I got to finish. Actually, yeah, I was trying to give my email, and it was at that moment when Captain Dice put his hand or arm in front of me and the nice receptionist lady behind the glass, and they started escalating very quickly to get me out of here for no good gosh darn reason. They need to take this flag down, the American flag outside, because they don't believe in it. They believe in following orders no matter what that is. They don't care. Even though they say they might, they don't care. At the end of the day, they're going to do what Hamburger or Amberg or whatever his name is, the chief here, and any corrupt public officials who came up with this stupid ordinance. Actually, I don't even think it is an ordinance. I think it's a resolution, to be honest with you. I'll give you more details on that here pretty soon. But I don't even think they have anything that holds real water. I mean, really, an ordinance shouldn't hold water either if it violates the Constitution. But persuading these idiots is another thing. So, so yeah, let me go ahead and start walking this way. So thank you all for sticking it out with me, even though you were staring at a window for the last 15 minutes or so. It took them a while to go back and make a copy of everything. Even though I pre-made a paper for the trespass appeal with all the information that's required, they still told me I had to fill out this official form. So I had to do it all over again, which is why it took a little bit of time, because I had to populate the fields on a piece of paper. Thank you for the $4.99. Who was that? That was Brandon Garcia. It says, have you tried any other government buildings in DeLand? Yes, I've been to pretty much every government building there is to go in DeLand, as far as I know. If I'm missing any, let me know, Foshin. But everywhere else, they don't seem to care if you're recording in DeLand. Even the courthouse, they won't bother you, because they've been audited so many times. This supposed ordinance that they have here in DeLand, as far as my understanding is that it's for specifically this police department lobby. Yeah, that's it. Just the public lobby. So didn't say anything about recording on the outside, so that's why I put my camera on the outside, because I already have the threat of arrest. I already have my standing from my last visit when I was thrown out under duress or under a threat of arrest. I already have that. So there's no purpose, there's no reason for me to, take an arrest or potentially take one. So that's why I played it extra safe, so I can just get started with what I need to do to challenge this, and I will challenge it. I promise you, each and every one of you, I promise that I am going to challenge this to the best of my ability. I'm not going to be pro-Zane stuff because I feel like we have way too many losses in the pro se practice. And, if you all want to support my channel, Liberty Troll, if you want to support my endeavor to take on the city of DeLand, the city of Longwood, and so on, you're welcome to support the channel. There's a multitude of ways. I mean, just by watching the videos is good enough for me. But if you want to take it a step further and you're able and you want to donate, there's a variety of means to do that. I posted in I just copy and paste it and put all that information with the links thereof in each and every one of my video descriptions. So you can always go there and give whatever you want, but you don't have to. Certainly I wouldn't push that on anybody, but if you want to, it's there so you're aware of it. And keep watching these videos, smashing the like button, dropping your comment, your thoughts, and hitting the notification bell, because I will keep you guys updated. If it's just like a small insignificant progression or a detail with any sort of update that's not super significant, I usually put it in a community post to make sure those bell notifications are turned on so you can get notified even of the community post. So all right, well, thank you guys once again for being here, for my safety, and making sure I didn't get arrested. And if so, y'all will at least know about it. I didn't get arrested today, obviously, so thank God for that. All right, well, thank you guys as usual. I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, truth, trigger, troll.